Hi all. We're going to start in a couple of minutes, in 2 minutes exactly, yeah, a couple, to see if we have more people attending. So this is a Vinyasa flow class. It is a class that is suitable for everyone. I'll give also plenty modifications for you. Vinyasa yoga means that we coordinate the breath with the movement, so that eventually this becomes a moving meditation. That comes actually from the Ashtanga yoga, which is a sequence-based style of yoga, and is Vinyasa because we coordinate the breath with the movement. But today is going to be Vinyasa, so not Ashtanga. It is Ashtanga based, so if you practice Ashtanga already, you will recognize some of the moves, but it's not properly Ashtanga. But don't worry at all, just follow me and I'll explain every pose. I'll move to my mat in just about a minute. And I hope you can hear me fine. I decided to teach outside today because it's a gorgeous day. Of course, if you wish, you can take on a block or a strap, or if you don't have a yoga block, you can take a big book or a couple of big books and keep them nearby your mat, just in case you need to grab them. But usually I offer such modifications that you don't need props. But it's up to you. So I'm going now to move towards my mat. And first of all, we're going to start into a four-legged position. We're going to prepare the wrists because we're going to be on the wrists quite a lot today during doing what we call Chaturanga. So here in a four-legged position, your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips, and you're spreading your fingers wide with the index fingers pointing forward. Your arms are straight. We're just going to make big circles with your chest, just to stretch and prepare the wrists for later. In all this, you're sucking the lower belly in, so that your core is engaged and you are not overarching the lower back. Other way around. Push the floor away, filling the space between your shoulder blades. And then from here, we're going to make a fist with both hands. Elbows are straight, and you're going to mindfully open one hand so that the back of your hand is pressing against the floor. Then both fists again, and change. Just a few times, just a different stretch for the wrists. Try to keep the elbows straight at all times. Just a few more on your own time. Okay. Then you're going to tuck the toes under and sit on the heels. Clasp your hands and just make some rotations with your wrists. One way first, and then the other way around. Shake a little your hands. And then we're going to bring back ourselves in a four-legged position at the front of the mat. Well, no, in the middle of the mat, not in the front. Again, your hands are underneath the shoulders, your knees are underneath the hips, and you're spreading the fingers wide with the index fingers pointing forward. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. So here, as we inhale, we want to drop the navel down toward the floor, lifting the sitting bones up, the gaze goes up, and we have a pinching motion between the shoulder blades. As we exhale, we want to push the floor away, lifting the navel away from the floor, tucking the tailbone under, and we move the gaze down between the legs. Inhale again, pinching motion between the shoulder blades, lift the sitting bones up, look up. Exhale, opposite, push the floor away, tuck the tailbone under, lift the navel up, away from the floor, looking down. And again, inhale, looking up, pinching motion between the shoulder blades, tilt the sitting bones up, your elbows are straight. Exhale, push the floor away, tuck the tailbone under, looking down, lift your back away from the floor. Inhale, pinching motion between the shoulder blades, looking up, lift the sitting bones up. As exhale, come back to a neutral position. Next exercise, we are preparing the shoulders a little bit better. So here we're just going to use one exhale to draw the hips towards the heels, going into an active child pose. It's active because I keep the elbows away from the floor, okay? Then we use the inhale to come up, suck the lower belly in, push the floor away. Exhale, bring the pelvis towards the feet. And inhale again, come up, nice and strong, your core is strong. Exhale, draw your pelvis back towards the heels. Once again, active child pose. Inhale, come up into four-legged position. Just two more. Exhale, draw the pelvis back, child pose. Inhale, come all the way up into four legs. Exhale, last time, stay in child pose. Maybe your forehead is onto the floor, your palms are pressing against the floor, the elbows are away from the floor. You're drawing your hands forward, feeling a stretch in your lats and the top of your shoulders. Just a few breaths here. And inhale, come up into a four-legged position. From here, I'm going to show you a modified Chaturanga, and we will use it also to warm up a little bit more. From a four-legged position, you're going to move your knees slightly back. From here, I want you to keep the elbows pointing back, not out, as you bend your elbows and bring your chest and chin onto the floor, with the hips pointing up. From here, your toes are pointed, and we're going to push the floor away to the hands to lift into upward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back and down, looking forward. From here, bend your knees and get to a four-legged position, to a child position once again. Then inhale, come up. Again, your knees this time are slightly back. Exhale, chest and chin towards the floor, elbows drawing towards one another. As you inhale, come up into upward facing dog. And then as you exhale, child pose. Inhale, four-leg. Exhale, bend the elbows, bring the chest and chin onto the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, child pose. Inhale, four-leg, the last time. Exhale, chest and chin onto the floor. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, child pose. Inhale, come into a four-legged position. From here, we're going to try
a full Chaturanga. So here, if full Chaturanga is too much for the rest of the class, you're going to do the modified Chaturanga we have just done. Us, knees onto the floor, and here, okay? Otherwise, we're going to try full Chaturanga. From a four-legged position, you're going to straighten both legs and go into a plank. We're not here, plank, nice and straight, tuck the tailbone under, push the floor away, filling the space between the shoulder blades. Now use your tiptoes to move the chest forward and bend the elbows. Elbows are pointing back, not out, to lower down, almost all the way to the floor, and then come down onto the floor. Point your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, child pose. We're going to try this another time. Inhale, come up into a four-legged position. Actually, look at me for a moment. If you see that your Chaturanga looks a bit like this, or like this, or you just don't manage getting down in this way, nice and straight, keep yourself hanging away from the floor for a little, that means that you need to grow your strength doing the modified Chaturanga, okay? So we're going to try full Chaturanga once more, and then we go on with practice. Get into your full plank, push the floor away, tuck the tailbone under, use your tiptoes to shift forward, lower down, almost all the way towards the floor, and then bring yourself to the floor. Point your toes, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, child pose. Use a few moments in child pose to bring your breath back to normal. Maybe your forehead is on the floor, the elbows are away from the floor, your hands are drawing forward, stretching the shoulders, stretching the shoulder blades, stretching your back, creating a nice lengthening through the spine, creating space between the vertebrae. From here, use one inhale to come up into a four-legged position. Bring your knees underneath the hips, tuck your toes under. Make sure the knees and the feet are hip wide apart. Spread the fingers wide, index fingers pointing forward, tuck your toes under, lift the knees away from the floor, push back through the hands to lift the pelvis up. Keep the knees bent just now. We are in downward facing dog. Roll the shoulders back and down. Relax your neck. Your knees are bent. You're tilting the sitting-bones up towards the ceiling. You're drawing the chest towards your thighs, pushing through the hands to send weight towards the feet. From here, walk your hands back towards the feet. Your feet are hip wide apart. Keep the knees bent. Hug your elbows and relax your neck. Try to bring the lower ribs against your thighs. Bend the knees as much as you need to do so. Then move the weight towards the front of the feet, keeping the chest on the thighs. Tilt the sitting bones up. Tuck the lower belly in. Keep your neck relaxed. Stay here just for a few breaths. You can maybe bend one knee and then the other knee, following this movement with your chest. Nice and soft. There is no need to force this. We're just starting. And then from here, bring yourself back to center. Release your elbows. Use one inhale to suck the lower belly in and lift all the way up, unfolding vertebrae by vertebrae, and lifting your head up last. Move towards the front of your mat. Your feet are together. Your toes are touching. Your heels are slightly apart or together. That's up to you. You're spreading your toes, trying to find a nice connection with the floor. Maybe you can bring the weight slightly to the front of the feet, just slightly. Squeeze your quads, suck the lower belly in, engage all the muscles at the base of the pelvic floor. That feels like you were holding the flow of urine. Draw the lower ribs towards your pelvis. Lift the shoulders up, back and down. Your arms are along the body. A slight tuck of your chin. You can close your eyes here just for a few moments. This is called Samastitihi. It's a proper pose. A lot is happening in your body. You are engaging your core. You are breathing in and out from your nose. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. As you breathe out, draw the navel towards your spine. Breathe in, keep the navel engaged. Breathe out as you bring the navel back in. Inhale, keep your core engaged. Exhale, draw the navel towards the spine. Inhale, keep the core engaged. Exhale, draw the navel towards the spine. And finally, open your eyes. You're still engaging everything in your body, engaging your core. We'll start with a few sun salutations. Surya Namaskara A. Just follow me if you have never done this. As inhale, lift both arms up, press the palms together and look up towards your thumb. As exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Bend the knees slightly here, especially if you are starting. Bring the fingertips onto the floor. Bend the knees if you need. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lifting the chest away from your thighs. Flat back. As we exhale again, we want to bring the palms onto the floor. So of course, bend the knees if you need. Spread the fingers wide with the index fingers pointing forward. From here, move the weight to the hands, pushing the floor away, and then step into plank. This is when you decide half plank or full chaturanga. So I'm going to do first the modified chaturanga. I'm going to bring the knees to the floor. Then I'm going to bend the elbows pointing back, exhaling, chest to the floor. Point your toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog. We were in down dog before. Your feet are hip wide apart. Your hands are shoulder wide apart with the index fingers pointing forward. Your knees are still slightly bent. You are pushing back through your hands to lengthen the spine, tilting the sitting-bones up. The chest is drawing towards your legs. Your neck is relaxed. 3 more breaths. 1, 2, 3. Look between the hands. As inhale, you can either walk or step your feet between the hands. Feet together, toes touching, flat back like we did before. Exhale, draw the chest to the thighs, bend the knees if needed. As inhale, lift both arms up. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale, Samastitihi at the front of the mat. If you found yourself traveling towards the back of the mat, step forward, feet together, toes touching in Samastitihi. Engage your core. Inhale, lift both arms up, press the palms together, look up. Exhale, fold, hinging from the hips, bend the knees if needed, fingertips onto the floor. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, palms onto the floor, bend the knees if needed. Move the weight to the hands and step back into plank. Chaturanga or modified Chaturanga Dandasana as you exhale. Inhale, point your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing dog. Again, you don't need to have your legs straight. You can bend the knees and push back, tilting the sitting bones up. 1, neck is relaxed. 2, you're tilting the sitting bones up. 3, 4, shoulders away from the neck. 5, look between the hands. Inhale, step or walk your feet forward, feet together, toes touching, flat back. Exhale, draw the chest to the thighs. Inhale, if you need, bend the knees, come all the way up. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale, Samasthiti at the front of the mat. Ready to do another one. Feet together, toes touching, core engaged. Inhale, lift both arms up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees if needed. Fingertips onto the floor. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, palms onto the floor. Step or jump back into plank. Shift forward, Chaturanga Dandasana or modified Chaturanga. Point your toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet hip wide apart. Hands shoulder wide apart. 1. Bend the knees if needed. 2. Suck the lower belly. 3. Push the hands against the floor. 4. The neck is relaxed. 5. Look between the hands. Inhale, step or walk your feet forward, feet together. Long spine, flat back. Exhale, draw the chest to the thighs. Inhale, come all the way up. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Again, we are standing at the front of the mat, feet together, toes are touching. Surya Namaskara B. We start here, inhaling and bending the knees. So take one inhale, bend the knees, press the palms together, look up, squeeze the knees towards one another, exhale, folds forward, fingertips onto the floor. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, bring the palms onto the floor, step or jump back into plank. Shift forward, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, point your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, down dog. This time we are pivoting the left foot so that the foot points the left upper corner of your mat. And we are stepping the right foot between the hands. Now, if you find yourself in this situation where you cannot bring the right foot forward, take the right arm, grab the right foot, bring it forward, okay? From here, we're going to lift the chest up as we inhale, lifting the arms up, pressing the palms together, looking up. As we exhale, we want to bring the palms back onto the floor, stepping back into plank, Chaturanga or modified Chaturanga. Inhale, point your toes, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, exhale, down dog. Pivot the right foot so that the foot points the right upper corner of your mat. Step the left foot between the hands. Same thing, use the left hand to bring the foot forward if you need. Then use one inhale to come up. Lift both arms up, press the palms together. Whoops. Exhale, bring the palms onto the floor. Step back to plank, Chaturanga. Inhale, point your toes, upward facing down. Exhale, tuck your toes under, downward facing down. 5 breaths. 1. Remember your knees can still be bent. 2. You are aiming to have your back nice and straight rather than straight legs and curved back. So you will do this. 3, 4, 5. Look between the hands. Inhale, step or walk your feet forward. Long spine, flat back. Exhale, draw the chest to the thighs. Inhale, bend the knees. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale, Samasthiti, feet together at the front of the mat. We're going to repeat this just one more time. Inhale, bend the knees. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale, fold, hinging from the hips, fingertips onto the floor. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, palms onto the floor. Step or jump back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Point your toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Exhale, down dog. Pivot the left foot. Step the right foot between the hands. Inhale to come up. Exhale, palms onto the floor. Step back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pivot the right foot. Step the left between the hands. Inhale. Exhale, palms into the floor. Step back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 long breaths. 1. Remember, we're lengthening the spine. 2. The feet are hip wide apart. 3. Shoulders are rolling back and down. 4. Neck is relaxed. 5. Look between the hands. Inhale, step or walk your feet forward, feet together, long spine. Exhale, chest to thighs. Inhale, bend the knee. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale, Samasthiti here. Forward fold. Bring your feet hip wide apart. Now make sure your feet are actually hip wide apart, not too wide. To check if you are in the right position, you can twist one foot, and that foot should touch, the heel should touch the opposite foot. That's your hip wide. From here, hands on hips, squeeze your quads, lift the sternum up, suck the lower belly in. As exhale, bend your knees, hinge from your hips, and bring the lower ribs against your thighs. Then, take hold of the big toes with the index and the middle finger. The elbows are pointing out. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, pull up against the toes to really bring the chest to the thighs. Your knees can be as bent as you need, but you should feel a stretch in the hamstrings. So if you don't feel any stretch in the hamstrings here, you need to tilt the sitting bones up. Move the weight to the front of the feet anyway, and straighten your legs a little bit, keeping the ribs against the thighs. Relax your neck. We're staying here 5 breaths. 1. So you can be here. 2. You can be maybe here. 3. Or maybe you're here. 4. 5. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, hands on hips. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhale, Samasthiti at the front of the mat. From here, so we don't have to turn too much, we're going to step the left foot at the back of the mat. The distance between your feet is about the length of one of your legs. The right foot is pointing forward, the left foot is pointing 45 degrees in. And you want an alignment heel to arch. Your pelvis is even. You are not forcing it in any position. You are going to lift both arms up, parallel to the floor. Squeeze the legs are super strong. Lift the kneecaps up. As exhale, Suck the lower belly in and reach forward as much as you can. Reach, 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 reach. Then bring your right hand on your leg. It doesn't matter what it is just now. What matters is stack the right shoulder on top of the right leg, the left shoulder on top of the left shoulder on top of the right shoulder, so we are aligned. Lengthen the spine and look either up towards your hand or right in front of you. 1, keep squeezing your legs. 2, 3, 4, keep squeezing your quads. 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Here we're going to make a little change of position. We're going to move the right foot slightly to the right, and we're going to try and square the hips. The left foot is still pointing 45 degrees in. Now we're drawing the right hip back and the left hip forward. We are still squeezing the quads. This time we're going to bring the right hand at the bottom of the spine. Roll the shoulder back and down. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, reach forward. Stay halfway down for a moment. When you're here, draw the right hip back. Lengthen the spine. Then bring the fingertips on the inside of your right foot. If you can bring the palm, do that. Otherwise, fingertips is fine. First of all, lengthen the spine. As exhale, push the left hand against the floor to open the chest, lifting the right shoulder up. We're stacking the shoulders on top of one another. Draw the right hip back. You can stay here or you can lift the right arm up. 1, you can look forward or up. 2, draw the right hip back. 3, suck the lower belly. 4, 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, slowly come up. Use your core, control your movement. Step the left foot forward, the Samastitihi at the front of the mat. Now we're going to step the right foot back as we inhale. Same again. Triangle pose. Distance between the feet, about the length of one of your legs. Left foot points forward, back foot points 45 degrees in. Alignment, heel to arch. Squeeze your legs, lift the kneecaps up, suck the lower belly in. Keep the pelvis even. Lift both arms up. Exhale, reach. As you reach forward, feel the bone getting into the hip socket. Keep going. Bring the left hand on the leg. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, stack the shoulders on top of one another, on top of the left leg. 1, look up or in front. 2, squeeze your legs. It's a strong pose. 3, 4, 5. Exhale, look down. Inhale, use your core to come up. Same thing as we did before. We're going to move the left foot towards the left. Adjust the right foot slightly so that we can square the hips. The right foot is still pointing 45 degrees in. The left foot is still pointing forward. We're still squeezing the quads. The left hand now goes at the bottom of the spine. Roll the shoulder back and down. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, reach forward. Stay halfway down for a moment. Draw the left hip back, the right hip forward. Then bring the fingertips or palm onto the floor. Inhale, lengthen the spine first. Exhale, push the right hand against the floor, lifting the left shoulder away from the floor. Lift the right arm up, if possible, or keep it there. 1, draw the left hip back. 2, draw the right hip forward. 3, 4, lengthen the spine. 5, exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. Step forward. Samasthiti, nice and strong. Core is engaged. Again, we are stepping the left foot towards the back of the mat. The right foot is pointed forward. The left foot is pointed 45 degrees in. We have an alignment heel to arch. This time, the feet are wider apart. We're going to bend the front knee. Ideally, this knee reaches the top of the ankle, but it's okay, don't worry too much today. Then you have one option, forearm on the thigh. Second option, fingertips or palm on the outer side of your foot. I'm going to place the fingertips, okay? From here, you want to lift the left shoulder away from the floor, even if you are here, okay? Then you lift the left arm up, following the line of the body. Look up to the palm. 1. Push the feet down to engage the inner thighs. 2. 3. Left shoulder away from the neck. 4. Legs are strong. 5. Exhale, look down. Inhale, come up. This time we're going to bring the left knee onto the floor. And we're going to square towards the front of the mat. Hips are squared towards the front of the mat. The chest is squared forward this time. Here, we're going to take for today the right arm on the right thigh. We're going to lift the left arm up. As we exhale, we want to twist the chest towards the right, bringing the left elbow on the outer side of the right knee. Then we bring the hands together. Elbows are away from one another. The thumbs are touching our chest. First, inhale, lengthen. Then exhale, push the hands against one another to twist, looking up or or in front of you, like that, or up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, slowly come out from the pose. Inhale, come up. Step forward towards the front of the mat in Samasthiti. Ready to do the left side. So we step the left foot back. The feet are wider apart. We have an alignment heel to arch. The back foot, the right foot is pointing 45 degrees in. Bend the front knee. Knee ideally on the top of the ankle. First option, forearm on the thigh. Second option, fingertips or palm on the outer side of your foot. Lift the right shoulder away from the floor. Lift the right arm up, following the line of the body. Look up to the palm. 1. Push the feet down to engage the inner thighs. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, look down. Inhale, slowly come up. Bring the right knee onto the floor. Adjust slightly. Square the hips. Square the chest to the front of the mat. Left hand on your thigh. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, start twisting towards the left, bringing the right elbow on the outer side of the left knee or thigh. Palms together, elbows pointing away from one another. Inhale, length. Exhale, push the hands against one another to twist. Look in front or up. 1, 2, 3. Keep stacking the lower belly. 4. Legs are strong. 5. Exhale, look down. Use one inhale to come up. Step forward toward the front of the mat in Samasthiti. Wide-legged forward fold. We're going to step the right foot back. Your feet are wide apart. Your feet are also pointing slightly in, okay? Or your heels are pointing out, whatever way you prefer to see this. Hands are on the hips. Here, first of all, your core is engaged. You are sucking the lower belly in. I might actually turn so you see exactly what I want you to do and what I don't want you to do. So here we are going to fold forward. Most people, when asked to fold forward here, will fold from the back. So this happens, okay? They are trying to reach the floor, they can't reach the floor, and there is this bend that is happening from the upper part of my spine. I don't want that, okay? So we're going to start in a different way. First, we're going to bend the knees. Then we're going to lengthen the spine, rolling the shoulders back and down. Here, your hands are on the hips. I want you to feel the bend coming from the hips, and you are leading with your chest, not with your head. So, as you exhale, lead with your chest. Tilt the seat most up. Keep doing that. Elbows pointing up as well. Okay, so the knees are bent. Your back is nice and straight. Here, you can take one inhale, lengthen. Exhale, push the hands against the thighs to lengthen the spine even more. Feel the lengthening of your spine. Feel space increasing between your lower ribs and your pelvis. Your legs are still slightly bent. You are also squeezing your quads. Lengthen, lengthen. You can stay here. You know where you are. Or you can bring your hands onto the floor, maybe the fingertips. Try to keep that back nice and straight. Move the weight towards the front of the feet. As exhale, suck the lower belly in, maybe fold a little bit more. Maybe relax your neck. Some of you will be able to go all the way down. 5 breaths, wherever you are. 1, 2, you can be here. Maybe you're here. 3, maybe you're here. 4, or here. 5. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands on hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, stay there. Inhale, open the arms out, nice and straight. Exhale, clasp your hands behind. Inhale, lift the sternum up, straightening your arms. Suck the lower belly in. Exhale, bend the knees again. Fold forward again from your hips, not from your back. Then allow your hands to go over the head towards the floor behind you. Your knees are bent. 1, 2, lengthen the spine. 3, tilt the seat bones up. 4, maybe slightly straighten your legs now. 5, use one inhale to slowly come up when you're ready. And then as you exhale, step forward towards the front of the mat. In Samasthiti once again. Next pose, we will attempt a balancing pose called tree pose. From here, you might want to start with the feet about hip width apart, maybe a little bit less, whatever works for you. Here, the secret is maintaining a gaze point fixed to a point. So you can just listen to my voice or just look at me on the screen and never look anywhere else, otherwise you will probably lose the balance. You're sucking the lower belly in, trying to have a nice and straight spine. From here, I'm going to do the opposite as you, so we're mirror. You move the weight towards your left foot
And you are going to lift the right foot away from the floor, taking hold of your ankle. Pull that feet up as much as you can and bring it into your inner thigh. When it's there, start pushing the foot against the inner thigh. Push it in. If this is too much and you cannot reach here, of course you can be here, here, or even with the toes onto the floor, okay? Wherever you are, especially if you are here, you are pushing the foot against the inner thigh. Press the palms together at the center of the chest, suck the lower belly in, squeeze the left leg, 1. If you find your balance, lift the arms up, 2. Suck the lower belly in, 3, 4, 5. Slowly bring yourself out from the pose. Try to control all the movements. And then we're going to do the opposite side, the left, the right for me. Move the weight towards your right foot. Lift the left foot up and take hold of your ankle. Lift the foot up. Bring the sole of the foot against the inner thigh. Start pushing the foot against the inner thigh. Otherwise, it's going to fall. Press the palms together. Suck the lower belly in. 1. Squeeze the right leg. 2. Lift the kneecap up. 3. Lift the sternum up. 4. Woo. 5. Slowly bring yourself back down, trying to control all the movement. And you will find yourself again in Samasthiti at the front of the mat, unless you have moved like I did. So from here, we're going to do a sun salutation, and then we go into chair pose. You can just follow me here. So your feet are together, your toes are touched. Suck the lower belly in. Inhale, lift both arms up. Press the palms together, look up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Fingertips onto the floor, bend the knees if you need. Inhale, long spine, flat back. Exhale, bring the palms onto the floor. Again, bend the knees as much as you need to do so. Bring the weight to the hands and step back into plank. Modify Chaturanga or Chaturanga as you exhale. Point your toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, exhale, down dog. Here, we are stepping the right foot between, we were doing the chair pose. I was skipping that by mistake. So, still, we're stepping the right foot and then the left foot between the hands until the feet are together. The toes are touching. The heels are either touching or slightly apart. Here, look down. You might be here with the knees a lot forward. I want you to try and bring your knees back a little bit, okay? Squeeze the knees against one another. Squeeze them so much, suck the lower belly in. Squeeze them so much that also your glutes activate. Then from there, keep the knees bent. Lift the sternum up. Press the palms together. Look up to your thumbs. 1. Suck the lower belly in. 2. Tuck the tailbone under slightly. 3. Lift the sternum up. 4. 5. Exhale, fold forward once again. Keep the knees bent. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, palms onto the floor. Step or jump back into plank. Modify Chaturanga or Chaturanga. Point your toes, inhale, up dog. Tuck your toes out. Exhale, down dog. And again here, we're stepping the right foot between the hands for warrior sequence. Now, it is a little bit easier if you move the right foot teeny tiny bit to the right. Today, we're keeping the left heel away from the floor, okay? So you are in the tiptoes. The left leg is straight.
Move that left foot a little bit back. It's gonna be easier. Keep the front knee bent, lift up. We're squaring the hips, draw the right hip back and the left hip forward. Lock the back knee, press the palms together. Look in front of you or up towards your thumbs. 1, 2, 3, suck the lower belly in. 4, lock the left knee. 5, inhale, both legs straight. Pivot your feet. Face the other side of the room. Adjust your feet to take the same pose on the left side. Bend the left knee. 1, lock the right knee. 2, 3, shoulders away from the neck. 4, bend the left knee. 5, warrior 2, here. We're modifying the position of the hips. We're bringing the right heel onto the floor. We want to find an alignment here to arch. We want to open the hips this time. We're bending the left knee. The shoulders are aligned to the hips. So we're not here. Shoulders above the hips. Arms parallel to the floor. Shoulders away from the neck. Gaze point the middle finger of the left hand. 1, 2, 3, push the feet against the floor. 4, 5, inhale, lift up, both legs are straight, pivot your feet. Exhale, warrior 2 on the right. 1, check your shoulders. 2, 3, gaze point the middle finger of the right hand. 3, 4, suck the lower belly. 5, exhale, bring both hands onto the floor. Step back to plank. Modify Chaturanga or Chaturanga as exhale. Point your toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes down, exhale, downward facing down. Stay in down dog for a moment. Lengthen your spine. Tilt the sitting bones up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Push back to the hands. Suck the lower belly in. Then look between the hands. I want you to move the weight towards your hands. Suck the lower belly in. Bring the right knee towards the right forearm. Then lower the shin down onto the floor. Then move the left knee towards the left forearm. Cross the shins. And then sit down into a cross-legged position just for a moment. From here, we're going to uncross the legs and we're going to do Janu Shirshasana. So, I'm doing the left side, but you do the right. I'm doing the left, so we are mirrored, and hopefully it's easier for you to follow me. So you're going to bend the right knee, and you're going to bring that foot up against your inner thigh. So the sole of the foot is against the inner thigh. It's a little bit like the tree pose we did before, but we are seated, kind of. The left leg is straight in front of you, it's not out. You are flexing the foot so that you are drawing the toes towards your shin. You are lengthening the spine. You can even use your hands behind to lengthen the spine. Lift the sternum up, suck the lower belly in. I want you to feel the lengthening of your spine. Roll the shoulders back and down. Feel the opening of your chest. I want you to keep the same idea of chest opening as you fold forward. Okay, I'm going to turn a little bit. So when you do your forward fold, you are not doing this closing the chest, but you are here now. I want you to move the chest forward. Maybe this is all you need to do to feel the stretch in your hamstring and the stretch in your right hip. That's it. Maybe some of you will manage to fold more. Maybe some of you will reach the foot. You don't need to. Roll the shoulders back and down. Look at your toes. Wherever you are, start pushing the right foot against the inner thigh. I want you to notice what happens in your hip. 1, 5 breaths, wherever you are. 2, 3, 4. Keep pushing that foot in. 5. Inhale. Slowly come up. Use your hand to close that knee. Straight legs. Flex your feet. Flex everything. Squeeze your quads. Hands at the side of your pelvis. Push the hands against the floor to lift the sternum up. Slight tuck of the chin. 1. Suck the lower belly in. 2, 3, 4. Suck the lower belly in. 5. Relax a moment. Bend the left knee. Bring the sole of the foot against the inner thigh. Same again. The right leg is straight in front of you, not out. You're flexing the foot, drawing the toes towards the shin. Use the fingertips behind, lengthen, roll the shoulders back and down. Keep this nice lengthening feeling. And then draw the chest forward. Maybe you're going to be here and you already feel that stretch here in your hip. Maybe your knee as well is a little bit stretched here. If it's too much, hold it up with something. I should have said before, maybe a piece of cloth. If you can, lower down more. Again, we're not here. We're here. We're looking forward. We want to go forward. 1. Push the left foot against the inner thigh. 2. Notice what happens in that hip. 3, 4. Keep breathing. 5. Inhale. Slowly, slowly come up. Close that knee using your hand. Straighten both legs. This time we're going to bend the knees. Bring the feet hip wide apart. Like this. Okay? Then I'm going to turn so you see better what's happening. So the feet are hip wide apart. The knees are slightly bent. You're sitting on your pelvis, on your bum. And you're bringing the hands a bit away from your pelvis with the fingers pointing forward. Okay? So this pose strengthens the back chain and lengthens the front of the body. So here, both hands onto the floor, fingers pointing forward. All we're doing here at the inhale, we lift the pelvis up and we get into a tabletop pose. So, as inhale, push the floor away through the hands and feet, tuck the tailbone under, lift the pelvis up, relax the neck. 1, push the floor away. 2, tuck the tailbone under. 3, squeeze your bum. 4, push the floor away to the heels. 5, exhale. Slowly, slowly bring your bum back down onto the floor. Good. Squeeze the knees with the chest. Maybe you can do this if you can find a little bit of balance. I'm just going to check. Yes. Okay, to close, we're going to do 5 breaths into shoulder stand and then 5 breaths into plow pose. I'm going to show you very quickly and then I'll show you the alternative. Easiest way to get into shoulder stand, I think, is this. From sitting in this position, you throw yourself back, bringing your knees towards your face and use the momentum to lift the pelvis up. So here. Then you straighten your legs, half shoulder stand or full shoulder stand, 5 breaths. After 5 breaths, we lower the feet down. You might get to here, straight legs, or the feet will touch the floor. If they do, clasp the hands behind and push the forearms. So there's the floor for 5 breaths. After 5 breaths, you support your back again and slowly come back to the floor, knees to chest. Okay, so I'm going to do it with you. The alternative happy baby pose. Down onto the floor, knees pointing to the side. You grab your feet like so and pull the feet down. The shins are perpendicular to the floor. You stay there for 10 breaths. Otherwise, we are going into shoulder stand. So, get your shoulder stand or half. Don't turn your neck now. We're all in shoulder stand. Don't worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Squeeze your legs. Lower your feet towards the floor. Straight legs. Please don't turn your head. If your feet touch the floor, clasp your hands behind. 1, 2. Squeeze your legs. 3, 4. Suck the lower belly in. 5. Support your back once again. Maybe bend your knees. Use your core to slowly bring yourself down towards the floor. Hug your knees. Really squeeze them to chest. Maybe rock side to side for a few moments. Very well done for following me through the class. It is now Shavasana time, which is one of the most important poses. I'll just lead you into Shavasana and then I will close the live and you stay in Shavasana for as long as you wish. Okay, 5 minutes if you wish. So here, take one inhale. Exhale through your mouth. And release your body down into the floor. Your feet, allow your feet to drop to the side. Give your chin a slight tap to lengthen the back of your neck. Shoulders are relaxed away from the neck. Your arms are along the body, not too close to your body, with the palms facing up. Your eyes are gently closed. And you're just being supported by the floor into Shavasana.
Namaste. I'm going to close. Stay in your Shavasana.